Peace and love, creatives. Welcome back to another Paint With Me. I have a whole bunch of drawings that I did, sketches that I did while I was in my living room, not at my desk. And I really wanted to paint this girl right here. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to use the White Knight's paint. And I have a sticky little friend that doesn't want to go back in the tray. I'll fix it eventually. There you go. Now I have my tray that is really dirty, but I like keeping my paint on my tray until I'm really done with them. So right now I'm going into my tray, and the areas where I think my paint has gone far enough, I'm just wiping off with a little bit of water and a paper towel so that I can make space for some new paint. All right, now I'm making her skin tone. I'm gonna flip the tray over so you can see it a little bit better because of the angle it is. It's not good. But right now I'm just mixing her skin tone to how I want it. I kind of wanted a lighter skin tone on her, but it ended up a little darker than it should have been, but that's okay. I like it anyway. I think it came out good. That's definitely not a good skin tone. I end up fixing it though. Once I'm done fixing the skin tone and making it the color that I want, I'm gonna move on to her hair and mix that up. Right here I'm just checking on my swatch card like I usually do to see if the color is to my liking. And once I am satisfied with her skin color, I move on to making her hair color. And because this picture reminded me so much of my mom, I decided to go with my mom's look. And my mom always had like super jet black hair, always curly, jet black, beautiful. So I'm just trying to make that right now. I don't have black as a color on this palette, so I'm trying to make it with it's a really dark blue and a really dark purple. I don't remember the names of the colors, but what I end up doing is adding a little bit more blue to that purple color, because in the beginning you can see the purple, and I didn't want her hair to be purple. I wanted it to look more of a black tone than a purple tone. And here we're going to get started painting her skin. And I'm just highlighting the areas where I want a little bit more shading. And it's at this point where I'm like worried about the color that I made as far as her skin is concerned, but I end up liking the end result. So yeah. At this point, her neck area and like her lower chest area, I did not like the way it dried. Once I was done putting the first layer of watercolor, and I went in again to fix it, but the first layer just was so patchy. I don't know what happened. So don't worry about that. Basically, it'll get fixed. And here I'm just making a little bit of a darker tone to go in over the tone that she has to make it stand out a little bit more. get all the shading in. Now I'm just, getting all the shades that I want, the areas that I want a little bit darker toned. Still learning the better way to shade. I think I could have, I don't know, maybe put a little bit more shading on the finished product, but trial and error, right? Here we go with her hair. I just do one layer of this black on her, and I eventually do a second coat, but this is the initial first coat, so it's gonna look light, and that's okay, because when we go in again, we'll get the color right. And here I'm just going to put a shirt on her. Nice green color left over from my last painting. Nothing too extravagant, but I do like the color I like the color. It's really pretty. I don't think I've asked you guys yet. How are you liking in Inktober? Have you done Inktober before? Is this your first time doing Inktober? Let me know. I'm enjoying Inktober a lot. It's really fun. It's a little stressful as far as like uploading. That's a new thing for me. I've never done it before. And I've been trying to be really good with not watching any videos until I upload, because I do enjoy watching the Inktober challenges from other artists, but I don't want to be swayed with my opinion or my idea for what I want to do for Inktober, so I try not to watch until I'm done making my art for that day. It's been okay. There's been a couple of days where it's been a little hectic, and there's been a day or two where I've definitely been a little lazy. Yeah, but it's fun. I've been having fun. Right here, I get her skin tone a nicer color. I think I like this color way better than what it was. And then here I'm just, I think, yeah, I decided that I wanted to make her hair darker here, and I'm like, maybe I should just wait a little bit, because it started leaking into, like, spilling over into her face because it wasn't dry. Yeah, bad idea. I end up holding off and touching it up after her hair dries entirely. Yeah, so now it's dry, and I make a new mix of hair color, and it comes out really nice. I just love the way her hair comes out here. I was thinking that this might be my new picture for my profile. Right now I have a book cover that I made for my nephew of Deadpool, asking if you knew what he was thinking about, and of course the answer is chimichangas, because it's Deadpool, and if it's not unicorns, it's chimichangas. Duh. But I think this is going to be my new profile picture. I love the way the sketch came out. I like the way I painted it. Do I think that I could do a little bit more practicing with painting? Yeah, definitely. But I do like the way the painting came out. I love the way the sketching came out. Right here, this is just like, I love the color of her hair right now. It's just super black and just perfect. Looks like my mama. I put a little light tone of pink on her lips. I kind of was going back and forth on if I was going to do her lips a neutral color or if I was going to go with like a pink kind of color. So I ended up just holding off for a little bit on that. I figured since I had the paint on the paintbrush already, I might as well do her eyes, but everything else was just so wet that I had to turn my sketchbook in order to get the paint on the eyes. But it worked. It's okay. A little bit of paper movement is okay. Right here, I decided to take my my ink pen, because now I don't remember the name of it while I'm talking. Wow, oh my gosh. And do the line work with that as far as her eyes are concerned and her eyelashes. Oh, speaking about eyelashes, I tell you, my mom had the most prettiest eyes I ever did see. I used to stare at her in the rear view mirror in the car while we used to drive to and from my grandma's, because all you saw were her eyes, and her eyes were like cat eyes. They were so pretty. Fun fact. Get a couple of eyelashes on the bottom. I kind of messed up on the left eye, but it's okay. It's fine. And then I try to use this to make like little wispy hair, but I think the page was still too wet, so it didn't show as well as I wanted it to show. So I end up going in there with my Pilot pen. But I gotta E for effort with this, because I really try. And then I'm thinking it's the ink not on the pen, but it was. So I try to re-ink it. I get some traction with the ink pen, but I don't know. My dip pen. There you go, dip pen. I don't know. I wasn't crazy about how it was coming out. Moving stuff out the way, trying to get it on. You see, it's like I'm doing nothing. Yeah. It was very. Moving on. Alright, here we're getting to her lips, and I think they came out really nice. I'm glad I went with the pink rather than the magenta. I had a little too much paint on my paintbrush and on the paper, so I dried my paintbrush and I just mopped it up with a dry paintbrush, and you saw how the ink just came up. It's a nice little trick when you have too much water on the paper. She's so cute. Alright, I'm letting her lips dry and I'm moving on to the background. The background is just a simple yellow color that I took straight out of the paint pan. And it came out nice. Just, I don't know what happened at the top of the paper. Eventually it just like started pooling up there. I don't know. It ended up leaving like a watermark, but I still like the end result of the painting. And here I just go in a little bit darker with her lips. Try to give them a little bit of life. And I realized I just spaced out the bottom lip a little too much with the lines, so I put a little bit more lines in there. And now I'm coming in with a little bit of pencil because there's a little area on her eye on the left that is just doesn't look good, but I end up trying to paint over it. And that works, but you see how there's a hard line? What I end up doing is dry brushing it out and then using a slightly wet brush, just pushing the rest of it out to that side of her face so that it blends. And that did the trick for there. Gotta give some beauty marks. Clean up the eyes. And now I felt like her lips needed a little bit more of a straight line to them. So I went in first with this pencil and soon realized that that was not the magenta that I was looking for. This is not the magenta you were looking for. And then I figured out that I had, like, the color on the pencil definitely wasn't the same as the color of her lips. And I find the actual magenta in my pencil cup, and I use magenta afterwards. See? What are you gonna do? So I just straighten up her lips a little bit, make them a little bit more defined in certain areas so you can see the lines. I think it came out really pretty. Then this is just shading time. So I take a little bit of the magenta, I shade her neck and side of her face, then I move in with a sienna brown. I think it was sienna brown. And that one, that was like a perfect mix with the skin tone that I made. So I go around her shoulders to show shading for her hair where it's falling on her shoulder. And I do shading around the nape of her shirt, the neck part of her shirt. Then I also get a little bit of shading to the top portion of where her hair is with that same pencil. And I'm going really light and in circular motion around the whole page. See how my hand is like really high up on the pencil? I'm learning that the higher up you are on the pencil, the lighter your push with the the lighter you're pushing on the paper. So the lighter the pencil goes onto the paper, so that you're giving nice soft lines, moving up to a higher, darker shade, slowly and evenly. Here I'm just giving her shading under her lip. Adding a little more definition to underneath her eyes. And then now get your little white gel pen out and do a little bit of glazing. Oh, I guess not. Oh, yes, yes. She didn't have enough birthmarks, beauty marks, so I just put a couple more. Yes, I didn't like the way her nose was shaped, so I kind of like try to fix it with the color pencil. That one is the sienna pencil color. Yeah. Now I'm just touching up her eyes, giving that a nice clean line, some shine. I didn't feel like there was enough separation with her top lip and her bottom lip. So what I did was I went lightly over it with a black pencil. And here's where I did the hair wispies with the Pilot pen. And this is what I was trying to get from my dip pen that I was not getting. But this was perfect. Gotta love a little hair wisp. I'm just giving her eyes a little bit more of a dark line to the top. Now, you know how there's a little bit of shade right underneath the eye, little shadow. I'm trying to do that with the black pencil, just to give it a little bit of, to make it stand out a little. Yeah, and that's it. I assign it, and I'm all done. What do you think, guys? I think she came out pretty. I think she came out really good. See you next time. Bye.